What's good, everybody out there on YouTube? This is your man Shadicstick dropping some hot farraga on this mic. Today we're going to be talking about this, news coming out that there are going to be multiple remasters and remakes for the year ahead. Basically, some people are talking about this being Sonic, some people are talking about this being other Sega franchises. We don't know, but this is coming from, I think, an investors meeting for Sega Sammy. So let's just dive right into this. This is coming from Sonic Stadium. The links will be in the description for the source, but otherwise, let's jump right into it. Sega Sammy has reported that Sonic the Hedgehog game series has sold a total of 5.8 million units worldwide in the past fiscal year, ending March 2022, an increase of 30% over 2021 on the back of the new release, Sonic Colors Ultimate. Wow, it looks like Sonic Colors Ultimate did do numbers for Sega, or at least better than they were thinking. During the Japanese corporation's annual business and shareholder meeting, Sega CEO Haruki Satomi shared details of the Sonic series sales performance over the last 2 years. In the fiscal year 2021, from April 2020th to March 2021, the franchise had sold 4.4 million units by comparison. And this is as, Sonic sells 5.8 million units this past fiscal year. Sega also revealed in its report that it aims to spend the next fiscal year, April 2022 through March 2023, strengthening user engagement in its core franchises, with Sonic series being specifically mentioned as an area of focus. Noting the release of the Hollywood Sonic movies, the upcoming Sonic Prime on Netflix, and Sega's own Sonic Frontiers, the company will use these projects as a means to further expand Sonic's brand awareness globally. Beyond Sonic, Sega Sammy also announced a focus over the next year on multiple remakes and remasters on top of its planned schedule of new titles and already established franchises. Sonic was not specifically mentioned as a future focus for this endeavor, but it did state an example of this strategy would be the upcoming Sonic Origins, a compilation of classic 16-bit Sonic titles to be released on modern platforms. It is likely that Sega will be looking more broadly at its back catalog with regards to remakes, but with Sonic fans clamoring for a modern platform release of Sonic Unleashed outside of Xbox's backwards compatibility program, amongst other things, it feels like this is an area in which Sega's stated goal of expanding Sonic's brand could fit quite well. Now, before we get into all this, it seems like Sonic is doing well. Like, he's on the up and up. The Sonic movie did well. There's a lot of hype around Sonic Prime. They're developing, an original TV series to be distributed on Paramount Plus, that being the Knuckles spin-off series we heard about, with the development of a third feature film Sonic movie. So Sonic in general is doing really well for Sega, and they're trying to capitalize on that. Now, they also talk about its back catalog, Sega's back catalog, and they want to pull from that to have remasters and remakes come out over the coming years. Now, whether this is in reference to Sonic or just Sega's back catalog in general, I don't know. It could be both. It could be just Sega's back catalog and nothing related to Sonic, or it could be both Sonic and other franchises. One of the things that's been surprising to Sega, but not the rest of the world as of late, is that when you release a game that people have been asking for on other platforms, it does well. Sonic Colors Ultimate. Sonic Origins is obviously probably gonna do well. And previous titles like Persona 4 Golden coming to Steam surprised Sega. But for the rest of the populace, it was kind of a given that they would make money off of those titles. But also, there's this issue with the Sonic franchise that many people have pointed out, and that many of those games are locked to older platforms with no releases into the future to be heard of. I think one of the most notable ones is actually Sonic Heroes, because and many people are going to say, before I go on, that what about Sonic 06? What about Shadow the Hedgehog? What about Sonic Unleashed? Those games were not viewed as well in their time as something like a Sonic Hero. Despite at the time Sonic Heroes not being viewed the best on the planet, with many mixed feelings and receptions towards it from many who are fans and non-fans alike, in general, the reception of that game was a lot more on the positive end than those other titles that I just mentioned. But that game has not seen a re-release yet. It came out in 2003. Sonic Heroes is almost 20 years old. It will quite literally be 20 years old next year. It just seems like the only games that Sega likes to re-release are the games that have reviewed well, which I can't blame them. So the next game I see them re-releasing is more than likely going to be Sonic Generation. Then after that, maybe some of the handheld games, and then maybe then they get to something like Shadow the Hedgehog, something like Sonic the Hedgehog, something like Sonic Unleashed. These games that, while they are, definitely of questionable quality, still have fans to this day. But I also see this really being Sega saying we need to expand our brand in general. Because as of right now, Sega isn't really doing anything outside of Sonic, Phantasy Star Online 2, and Persona. And even then, the Persona 25th anniversary is, I think, already passed, with them getting no news of any new games or anything like that, whether that be a Persona 6, or many people have been asking for a Persona 3 FES or Persona 3 remake. I say a Persona 3 FES, I meant a Persona 3 FES remaster. You know what I mean. So in general, I think Sega has a lot on its plate in terms of what they can and shouldn't remake. I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of games and franchises that they have under their belt they just have done nothing with. They've done nothing with Night since like 2008. Jet Set Radio hasn't been touched since like 2003, 2004. Probably even earlier than then, I think 2002 actually. Shenmue was crowdfunded, and while yes, they have Yakuza, they've been riding that train for the past like 4 years. People want something else. I can play all the Yakuza games on my PlayStation 4, my PlayStation 5, my PC. I can play them anywhere. What about Jet Set Radio? Maybe make a new game. Maybe remake and remaster the first 2 games. I mean, we got that, botched remaster from 2011. That really wasn't all that good, with no Jet Set Radio Future re-release in sight. And I understand, yes, there's a lot of licensed music in that game that you gotta go through a lot of hoops to get all that music because there are different license holders for all the music. Just make new music at this point. People just want to play the game. I get it. The game isn't the same without the music. It's that tied in. But if you make music that is at least good enough, when I say good enough, I mean that matches the same quality as that original Jet Set Radio Future soundtrack, it really won't matter to most people. But overall, I'm excited to see what Sega does. What they do is up in the air. As far as I care, they're probably going to release like a Sonic Generations Ultimate. They're going to release probably a Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 double pack because those are all their safest titles to touch. And after that, maybe Sonic Heroes. And then probably the handheld games because they're going to put a 10-foot pole between themselves, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic 06, and Sonic Unleashed. But this is me, your man, Shadicstick. Tell me what remakes and remasters you want to see from Sega, whether it be Sonic related or not. But this is me, your man, Shadicstick. Remember, Hot Faraga turns to Cold Blizzaga. Make sure you check out some of my other videos. Peace. Have a good one.